Capricorn, good morning. Welcome to my new location. As you can see from the background, I used to be in London. Now I'm in the heart of England in a very rural farming area. Okay, it's quiet to say the least, or much quieter. When you're living in London, I'm kind of getting you don't realise how busy and congested it actually is until you move to another part of the country or visit another part of the country. Anyway, that's enough babble from me. This is a general reading. It is a sun, moon, rising reading. Okay. And we'll see what's going on with you. What is going on with you? A little bit of work, a little bit of finances, a little bit of relationships. All right. Great match. Wow. It looks like you found your person. I'm picking up exchanging gifts, and this is not necessarily the gifts in the traditional sense. What I'm talking about here is gifts of love, gifts of appreciation, gifts of time spent with each other, gifts of advice, gifts of just being. Okay, so we're talking about karmic gifts. You may be receiving a gift of somebody as a celebration. I'm picking up an anniversary. All right. But you're on the verge of finding the perfect work for you. It's kind of like what you was born to do. And there's no feeling like it on earth with as far as work. I mean, I work for myself, don't have to answer to anybody, except the tax man. Don't we all? But anyway, it's something that you were born to do. And this is where you don't feel you're enjoying it so much, you feel it's like part of you. And you feel, well, I'm not really working. It's a bit like me with this tarot. It's not, yes, of course, I charge for my personal readings, but I have to because I've got to live. We've all got to eat. But that's not the reason I do it. The reason I do it, well, I'll rephrase that, and let's be honest here. It's part. It's not the main reason I do tarot. The main reason I do tarot is because it's me. I love talking to all you lovely people. I love especially personal readings on one to one. What a lot of people don't realize when they're having a tarot reading is it's symbiotic. I'm kind of learning off you and you're getting guidance off me. So it's like a two-way stretch. And this end, I don't know about, I can't put your teeth back, Clark. I can't speak for the tarot readers, but I can certainly speak for myself. I get this great kick out of the empathic energy that people give me. And it teaches me not only about them, but about myself. You know, some people don't realize that a tarot reading is not only very personal, it's a symbiotic learning spiritual curve, that's for sure. Anyway, I'm going to stop babbling now. Right, but you're on the verge of finding your perfect job. This could well mean creating your own business, setting out for yourself, being in control, controlling your finances. All right. I'm picking up for a lot of you, the energy at least is there for you to set out on your own. And that's scary as hell. When you're used to the boss sorting out your taxes for you and your pay as you go, and then all of a sudden you have to fill out your own self-assessment. You have to pay in certain circumstances. If you're selling hard goods, you have to sort out the VAT. And this can be a minefield and it can be very, very scary. It's also very, makes you feel alive. Do you know what I mean? Because you're dealing with the unknown, you're dealing with inconsistencies. Right? A lot of you are in a job where, you feel kind of stuck, because you want to be in you want to know that there's a wage there at the end of the week. This requires effort. And with that effort comes a lot of emotional learning, and it'll put you on a very, very balanced lifestyle because you can going forward into the end of this year and going forward into 2026, I'm getting a lot of you have got the chance here to put yourself in a position where your work life and your private life, okay, can be in harmony, and that puts you in harmony. This allows you to be you. Okay. Finances, I'm kind of getting a lot of you will have to, start saving, take jobs that you don't want, but with an attitude of looking at it as a temporary with a long-term goal, you can still maintain that drive. You are going to need patience. I'm kind of getting here, patience is the key as I'm shuffling the cards. But it's I'm kind of getting this for a lot of you. This is worth putting the effort in. Your energy at the moment is, oh, you definitely, there's love there. Right. There's sorting out some kind of family issue here in relationships. Oh, there's some kind of ending here, an emotional ending. There was like a tower moment. There's a breakup, followed by a lack of communication. But you want your Ten of Cups. You want that emotional commitment. You want that balance. You're dealing with somebody where there's either a lot of traveling in distance. I'm getting this constant rebound, and you try to keep the peace here. There's some kind of parental influence here as well that's affecting you. Perhaps it's family ties. For a couple of you, I'm getting healing family issues. Okay. You're dealing with somebody, or you're certainly, that we're down to this unknown factor that I just mentioned, this fear factor. Okay. Overcoming your fear, opening up your emotions. Wow. You're definitely hiding your emotions through fear of rejection or whatever. You're trying to resolve, some of you are trying to resolve an issue from childhood. Okay, there's this deep seated emotion that's kind of been sitting there. With the moon energy, I always get trust your intuition. But there's a new pathway opening up for you, okay? And it is hellishly scary. And in work and finances, yeah, because there's no certainty about it at the moment. This is a kind of oblique view of the future, okay? And if you go with caution and go steady and trust your intuition, you'll be fine. But trusting your intuition is a big thing. Of course, you have to go along with practical issues as well. You can't just say, okay, I want to be over there, I want to be in this country, that state, or whatever, and just packing your job. That's ridiculous. This is a transitional thing. Not only finding a job where you're happy, the energy is there to find a relationship where you're happy as well. Pisces energy, a very, very emotional decision. You're very nervous about somebody here. I'm picking up, some of you are dealing with a player type energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It's been very erratic. They're in a position where they can't change the history, they can't change their past, right? They're in a situation where they're perhaps married or have children or got a mortgage. There's certain aspects about a relationship with this person that can't be resolved. Okay, so it's kind of like, have you got the strength and courage to pursue it, knowing that you're getting that Ten of Cups is going to be very, very difficult. It gives you this stuck feeling. Okay. Perhaps travel and distance is the problem. You want to be with this person. They come from a completely different mindset to you, completely different belief system. Okay. And You know, it's finding a way. I'm picking up family here. You don't know the future. I'm picking up choices here. You've certainly got this yearning to be somewhere else, but because of your situation, realistically, financially, it's like it's like an impossible dream. You are coming very close to making a decision, though. Hmm. There's something here that you may just give up because it's too problematic. You've been trying to make it work. You might have even married this person. I don't know, but there's something here that's not turning out to be how you wanted. You kind of want a fresh start. You want an easier connection here. You want somebody close to you, is what I'm getting. Maybe this person is putting demands on you that you just can't follow through. I'm getting here that there's this restriction and boundary because of standing ground. I'm getting two very strong personalities here. This is all about the willingness to cut ties, maybe family, but I'm getting communication here. It would seem here you are you don't know whether to instigate this or take this any further, but there's communication here. Somebody's trying to persuade you into a situation that you're not comfortable with. You're trying to break from a codependent situation here. There's a lot of inhibitions around this. I mean, there's the opportunity to have a relationship with this person, but there's other people involved as well, like family, friends, work. It would seem here that some of the restrictions are because of legalities, distance, property. It could well be that there's you or this person or both of you are under some kind of legally binding contract, such as a mortgage or a contract of work that's got a few years left to run. You know, you there's this nervousness around this. You're very nervous. There's something new. Maybe you're married or got very strong family ties, but there's something new here, and there's it's you're very nervous about pursuing it. Okay, you're very grounded. Perhaps you're in a situation where, or a job that's not going anywhere, a situation you're dating somebody, or in a living with somebody that's in a situation that's not going anywhere. It's no hope of promotion or advancement here. But you are going to get you're faced with a very, very life changing decision. I'm kind of getting here some of you are leaving a marriage, or one of you is leaving a marriage. You're looking for some kind of mutual consent so you can move on. For you, there's something here that's over. It's just getting the other person to cooperate. That, well, I'm picking up a separation here, or finding some way forward. I'm picking up some kind of mutual agreement, following a certain amount of protocol with laws, with money, with contracts, with practical issues. There's a protocol around this. In other words, things that have to be done in a certain order, and patience is required here. A lot of you are set in your ways, but ultimately you have to make a decision. There's something here that's been dormant is opening up. And what I mean by dormant is you've been going through life and kind of accepting or biting your lip the situation. But now I'm kind of getting this time to speak up. That's it for today. Thank you for sticking with me. Take care. Or should I phrase, thank you for listening, however long you stayed. That's what I'm going to say. Bye for now.